Hello, everybody, and welcome into episode 6 of the SOC show, I'm pretty sure. Wherever you're watching, please do me a favor and drop a hashtag live if you're watching on the live stream, or drop me a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay after the fact. We are on YouTube, we are streaming to LinkedIn, we are streaming to Facebook, in every single location possible, trying to get this out to as many people. It really helps boost the algorithm if you can give us a hashtag, give us a comment, let us know you're watching and how you're watching. So today I'm going to be covering something ridiculously important as we head into what many people perceive to be a very difficult 2023. I'm going to cover the 4 steps to build a recession-proof online business in under 6 months. And of course, as always, we're talking about a health, fitness, transformation business. This is what we specialize in, helping people, either personal trainers, move online successfully, or anybody who's really delivering a great result in the health and fitness space who wants to take an element of the business or all of it online. This is for you as well. So get ready. This is going to be a super powerful one. I'm going to dive straight in. First up, number 1 of these 4 steps we're going to cover is understanding initially that you are in an attention economy. So as most of us, are going to be super sensitive to the message that's going to be put out to us. We're going to be really sensitive to the channels that are saying we're going into recession, everything's going to suffer a downturn, everything's going to be hard, buckle up, buckle in, this is going to be a rough ride. And to be honest, regardless of whether that's true or not, as long as you believe that we are in a recession, that's all that matters, because you will operate and make decisions from scarcity. You will retract and contract instead of expanding. And it's your choice, regardless of whether we're actually in a recession from an analytical and an economy point of view. It's how people act that really becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy anyway. And so what if we're in a recession? Like, do you want to grow or do you want to contract? Because I know for a fact, I do not want to go into scarcity mode, start counting pennies and have a shit 2 years. I want to have the best 2 years in business, and it's absolutely possible. And that's what this show is all about, helping you guys have that same attitude, because I know it's not easy to think like that when all you're getting in here, all the inputs you're seeing and hearing are around the negativity and how bad things are going to be. So this is definitely a show that's not going to have that narrative. So what I mean by understanding that you're in an attention economy is that the people that make it through this next 2023, regardless of recession or not, and listen, I listen to a lot of intelligent people that say we've been in a recession 12 months already. I listen to a lot of intelligent people that say it's coming in 2023. Who cares? Look, the people that get attention and get eyeballs on what they are providing, the value that their value proposition and what they're selling ultimately will win, regardless of the economy. And I'm going to go on to explain in points 2, 3, and 4, obviously, the other things that need to be in play to make sure this is what happens for you. But here's the thing. We still speak to a lot of fitness professionals in 2022 that are telling us, I hate social media. I'm looking to build my online business, but I can't stand social media. I don't want to be on socials. And I've got to tell you, this story will kill your online business before it even starts. Like, the clue is in the title. You're trying to build an online business. Social media is the big thing happening online, right? It's a massive part of what's going on in the internet world, in the internet age. Social media is probably the biggest part, right? So to have that story is going to kill your business before it starts. However, that does not mean you've got to spend all day on social media doing the Gary Vee thing. Respect Gary Vee, absolutely think he's amazing. But doing the Gary Vee thing of being on 12 platforms and posting 15 times a day and doing all that, that's not what it means. It means you've got to change the way you're using it, because the only reason you would have a story around hating social media is because you're using it incorrectly. Trust me, if I was using social media to stay in touch with school friends and people from university and share pictures of funny dogs and babies and effectively look for the negative, look for reasons to be afraid, and look for ways to reinforce my own story to justify my own failure, then I would hate social media too. But I'm not using it for that. The timer just went off on Google there. I'm not using it for that. I'm using it to build a business. So if you look at what we're doing on socials, everything we do is around business. And of course, we're building our personal story and pictures of family and pictures of wealth creation and everything else, because that's all part of business building and living a life you want to live. It's not just about revenue, is it? So use social media for the right reasons. You will no longer hate it anymore, because it will be the single biggest vessel that takes your business to sky heights, to actually become a real business as opposed to a pipe dream. It's going to be the vessel in 2022. You cannot escape that. All right. So it's literally the biggest gift to businesses of all time. Speak to any of the old business gurus or listen to them. They'll tell you anyone who's made it big in a different generation, they wish they had social media. They wish they had the opportunity we've got right now. It's so easy compared to what it used to be, but it is an attention economy. That is literally the resource that everyone's fighting for. You've got to get attention. And there are really easy ways to do that and really cheap ways to do that in 2022 as well, which kind of brings us on to point number 2. You've got to generate volume of leads. Hardly anyone we consult about joining Simple Online Clients has enough volume, which means they're too reliant on this small pot of people. And that's coming across on sales calls. It's coming across in messaging. They're just desperate to get someone to give them money to join their online program. If you're in that mindset, you're never going to make sales, or at least not at the quantity that you need to hit those bigger months. So understanding that volume is everything when it comes to leads is really important, because leads are oxygen in your business. But we see so many fitness coaches, personal trainers, health professionals that are stuck in brick and mortar, stuck serving in person, wasting weeks, months, and honestly, a lot of the time years, dicking around doing this, adding 20 random friends on Facebook every day, scrounging free Facebook groups like bottom feeders, and expecting that that's going to generate the volume that you need in your business. If you've got any aspirations of hitting 6 figures, you are not going to do it using that strategy. Does it work? Absolutely it works to land a couple of easy organic sales. That's the low-hanging fruit trap that we've seen so many people fall into, and I fell into myself. Hands up, I admit it, I absolutely did. Or they have another problem where they're expecting leads to come to them. So maybe they're not even doing that outreach, and pat on the back if you're at least trying some kind of outbound marketing method. But there's a lot of coaches and people that aren't even doing that. They're expecting leads to come to them. That is not going to happen when you're building an online business. It's not like walking around the gym floor where you can just put personal trainer on your back and people say, hey, how much for an hour? That does not happen in the online world. Like you are literally in a market with thousands of other personal trainers and health and fitness professionals joining it every single day. It's a tsunami of competition joining every single day. The good news for you, if you're listening to this, is that you're already in the right places to get the help to make sure that, yes, there's a lot of competition, but there's not many competitors because nobody knows what they're doing. Like, that's the truth. And we see it all over. We see it a lot, right? I've just told you that the only thing I use my Facebook for is business. So guess what? I've got 1,500 friends who are just personal trainers and fitness professionals. I can tell you now, most do not know what they're doing or how to build a business, which leads me on to point number 3. You have to understand business. More importantly, and more specifically, you got to understand unit economics, because the biggest thing we see cripple businesses once they do have some momentum. So this is someone who's got started, they made a few sales, they might be hitting 5 or 10K months. And then what cripples their business is not understanding unit economics or having a handle on business data in general. Because trust me, when you've got visibility on business data, any problem can be fixed in your business. But if you don't understand CPA, if you don't understand lifetime value, or even your profit margins, you're in deep shit. You're not going to make it. You're actually going to lose all the momentum you built by not having visibility on very simple business data. And this doesn't need an economics degree or a business degree to understand this stuff. I don't have any of that stuff, right? I've had to learn it through building 2 multi-6-figure online businesses. Trust me, without the data and understanding unit economics, you'll always feel lost and out of control in your business. And that's a horrible way to feel. Look, it's an ever-changing landscape running a business and being an entrepreneur. And it's never going to be smooth sailing. And it's never going to be without its ups and downs. Right? It's not a linear path. So with that in mind, you need to take as much control as possible. And that is done by understanding business data. How much does it cost you to get a client? Because you're going to need to be running marketing. You're not going to make it. We talked earlier about how you're living in an attention economy. You haven't got the time and energy to compete for attention, but you can put $2 a day, $3 a day into Facebook adverts and reach tens of thousands of people. That's how you get attention and win in the attention economy. So how much is it costing us through those paid advertisements to get a client? Cost per acquisition. Once we've got a client, how much are they worth over their lifetime? Honestly, if you only get a handle on those 2 things, CPA and LTV, you're probably in the top 1% of coaches that we speak to, because nobody's got a handle on this. So get ahead of the game today. Figure these things out. It's really simple. It doesn't take a degree, like I say, to figure this stuff out. I've done it from just Google and just understanding my own business data and building spreadsheets, and through the journey. You can do the same. But I would definitely skip to understanding these fundamental business terms, because it's not jargon. It's really important stuff. What's it cost you to get a client? What's the client worth over their lifetime? If you don't understand anything else, just understand those two things, all right? So the fourth point, the fourth step almost, is you've got to compete on value, not price, because a transaction happens when value exceeds price. However, so many are choosing, this is your choice, you are choosing to compete on price, which is effectively a race to zero. You're racing with all the other coaches out there that are competing on price to zero, because there's only one way that race goes, and it's down. The truth is, there's a high chance right now that nobody wants what you're selling, because your offer isn't solving a person's most painful problem within a defined time frame. Doesn't have the key elements of a strong, irresistible offer, which are you solving a big problem? Who is it for? What's your niche? Is it a defined time frame that the prospect can clearly see in their mind's eye themselves walking that path and getting the end result? Does it have the intangible emotional outcomes that your prospect truly desires from getting this result? And there's a million and one ways you can do this, but have those key elements within your offer. A quantified result, a defined time frame, a person, who is it? The niche, who is the avatar based on psychographics, not bloody mums. I'm looking for 5 busy mums who want to lose some weight before Christmas. That will not cut it in 2022, okay? You will get crickets with that kind of stuff, and we still see it all over the place. Honestly, you might as well go to the Super Bowl and just scream, who wants to buy my generic fitness program, and see how many people you get saying yes. Like, for a start, no one's going to hear you. Those that do, because they're in the direct vicinity of where you are, don't want the offer because it's weak. So without banging on too much there, I want to keep this really short and really actionable. They are the 4 steps to make sure that you build a recession-proof online coaching business in under 6 months. And I'm telling you, this can absolutely be done. We are doing it right now with multiple clients. You see us posting it all over. Just go on our socials and have a look at the success. You don't have to scroll far to see a testimonial from someone who's crushing it. And there, trust me, they were no more clever than you, no more intelligent, didn't have it any easier than you, didn't have any more assets, didn't have loads of money to invest. They didn't have anything that you don't have. Like, you're in the exact same situation. They just chose to take action. So 4 steps: understand that you're living in an attention economy. Generate volume of leads. You cannot build a business scraping around, adding random people on Facebook. Understand unit economics and basic business data, and then compete on value, not price. Provide incredible results for your clients. Build a brand around, I don't mean go and design a fancy logo. I mean, build a brand around results, around client testimonials, around getting amazing success for people, and you will win. So look, if you are one of those people that does want to take some action today off the back of this, if it's made you feel great and a little bit more in control, that doesn't mean shit unless you actually do something about it. So I'm going to put a link below this video. It's not what we normally do every single episode so far. The 5 episodes in the past that we've done, we've given a massively high value giveaway on every single one. This is still high value. What I've recorded is an 8-minute training where I'm going to explain the exact 3 steps that we use with our clients, that you can have a look, see if it sounds good for you. The only difference today is that there's an invitation to book a call with one of the team, with one of our coaches, if it sounds like a good fit for you. So this is the first time we've done this. It's the first time we've advertised our services in 6 episodes. But there's value there as well. There's an 8-minute video that I tried to keep as short as possible so you can see a clear path to how you go from either stuck on the gym floor, or maybe you've started the online journey, but you're not seeing the consistency or traction that you'd like, to actually building an online business that is 100% online if you want it to be within the next 6 months, within 24 weeks. So hit the link below this video if what I've said to you today has resonated and you want to be an action taker, you don't want to retract into scarcity mode and into, oh my God, let's just survive the next 2 years. You actually want to build a business that thrives. Hit that link, book a free 15-minute chat. Let me tell you, there is no pitch on these chats. And I know everyone says that. Our team do not actually have approval to sell you anything or pitch you anything on that 15-minute call. we're not going to sell you anything in 15 minutes. That's the truth. We want to connect with as many fitness professionals as possible so that we can provide value, connect, make that initial interaction and connection. And down the line, we might do something together. But in the meantime, let's just connect and build that communication channel, right? If that sounds good, click the link below, and we look forward to chatting to some of you soon. The rest of you, look, you don't have to do anything today if you don't want, but I hope you take a lot from this. And if you've got any questions on what I've talked about today, drop a comment wherever you're watching, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, on my personal page, on my business page, in our private Facebook group. Drop any comments you've got. I will personally answer them. I'll give you heaps of value, and I'll help you move through the block that you're feeling right now. Hope this was helpful, team, and I will see you on the next one.